This is the Real Manos log, stardate 4/5/16. And I wanted to talk to you about some news concerning Batman v Superman, Dawn of Justice. And the news came out a couple days ago about the box office weekend for the second weekend of the film. And the news is essentially that it had dropped, business had fallen by 69%. Which is quite a massive and very bad. This is quite a bad decline, actually, in business. For other superhero films, it's comparable to 2003's Hulk, which dropped by 70%, and X-Men Origins of Wolverine, which dropped by 69% also. And of course, that's not great company to be kept in. Now, what do we take from this? Now, when the film initially came out, the early reviews were fairly negative, and when the film had a massive opening weekend, there was this feeling that had justified the film and put aside any reviews by people, by critics and fan critics, kind of throwing them aside as sort of like naysayers or, disregarding what they had to say, because the film had a great weekend, and everybody knows that when your film makes money, that means it's automatically good. Okay, maybe that's not true. Here's the thing, though. This is why I wasn't really listening to that first Monday, was because it's not important on what their first weekend was. What was really the test was the second weekend, because a film with Superman or Batman or Wonder Woman, it was going to do well. And this one had all of them. And this had the first live-action meeting of the characters. This is an important step in the DC Cinematic Universe. There was no way this was going to have a bad weekend, even if the reviews were claiming that it was Cannonball Run 2 meets Ishtar, meets the last Matrix film times 100. This still would have been a fantastic opening weekend. The real test was the second weekend, and it had a huge dramatic drop. And the first weekend was a huge box office record, and we nearly broke the record for the second one, the box office drop. So what does that mean? We've already seen some results behind the scenes. There was that story that Warner Brothers is editing together and reshooting some scenes for Suicide Squad to make it funnier, to add more humor to the film. And I don't know if that's the right decision yet. It strikes me as almost them going into slight panic mode. And it's a little bit concerning. My hope is the film is good, and it only enhances the humor to the film and not interferes with the movie. Because the problem that a number of critics, including myself, had with the film wasn't so much that the film was dark, is the film had some very bad script problems. And if the Suicide Squad script is bad too, more jokes is not going to help. If anything, it might even enhance the badness by making it very obvious that's what they're trying to get around. But hopefully, maybe it'll just be, I don't know, maybe it'll just be icing on the cake if it's a good film. It does make me wonder, this film has Joker and Harley Quinn in it. Shouldn't there be plenty of jokes in the movie? My hope is, yes, there are plenty of jokes. I just need a balanced film. I know that the film is going to be kind of a dark humor action film, probably Dirty Dozen with supervillains, which is what the original concept of the Suicide Squad is. I hope this really doesn't have any effect on the Wonder Woman film. I am a little concerned if the Suicide Squad film fails. what that'll mean for the Wonder Woman film, because I already know that Warner Brothers has been antsy about the Wonder Woman film because of old sexist stereotypes that a woman can't lead a film like this. And they even pushed back the film. They were banking on Suicide Squad to, pick the baton up from Batman and Superman. I'll be honest, I think they probably should have put Wonder Woman second, because, I walked out of Batman Superman wanting to see the Wonder Woman film, like, right now. The thing with Suicide Squad is that it's partly risky because film audiences aren't too familiar with the concept, aren't too familiar with the book. They are familiar with the Joker and Harley Quinn, but that's kind of it. So it is a little bit of a risk, similar to Guardians of the Galaxy. Problem with Guardians of the Galaxy versus this one is Guardians came out movies after movies after movies, and Marvel had kind of built up a level of trust. I don't know if the DC films have done that with audiences yet. So we might not... Film audiences may not be ready to jump from the most mainstream characters to this kind of dark, satire with villains. I don't know, maybe they might be ready, especially if the film's really good. I do also want to talk about perhaps maybe the way fans are going about this as far as reaction, and maybe maybe this would be a good time to bring this up. Is there seems to be kind of this debate that goes on between fans, not so much about the films being good, but it seems like things have gotten personal between fans in the last few years, and I'm not sure how long this has been around, frankly, but I have noticed in the last couple of years it's been getting more and more vile, I think. And, I'm part of the public debate, so I do have some responsibility in that, too. I do think it's okay to talk bluntly about films or comic books or, TV shows, if you like or don't like or love them or don't love them, whatever. Even to make fun of them or to really kind of go in and really dig what's wrong or what's awesome about it. And it's okay to have disagreements about it. I think the problem is how personal things have gotten. And I'm not particularly a big fan of that. I'm not enjoying this kind of like, almost like political kind of like debate that's been going on with films and geeky stuff. I don't like how personal it's gotten. And if I may invoke the words of Steven Universe, you are not a bad person if you like this film. And likewise, you are not a bad person if you don't like the film. It's just how the film rated with you personally. And it's okay to have a discussion about it. So it's okay to be completely opposite about the film. But I don't know, I just feel like in the public debate lately, things have just gotten really sour. And, in either way, I'm sorry. I don't think... Look, if you like this film, you're not stupid. If you hate it, you're not trying to destroy DC. Oh, it's just how it went with you. And I'd like to see a little bit of kind of the public trying to... it would be nice to see if the public could kind of, take a step back and cool off a little bit. Because, look, Batman versus Superman isn't you. And it's not me. It's a film we love. So if somebody likes or dislikes it, they're not attacking you. And, you don't have to take it so violently personal. And that goes with, like, the upcoming Captain America film. I'm hoping it'll be great. Like, let's say if I love it and people, like, trash it, I don't think they're attacking me. And I'm not going to respond in kind. And maybe that's something we should all remember in the next few movies. Because who knows how long we're going through a golden age of superhero films, and I'm enjoying it. Even the ones that aren't so good, I'm enjoying this. So let's all just take a breather sometimes and just relax, and let's just concentrate on how to make these films better just in the public discussion. With Warner Brothers, I'm hoping that they can take the right notes from this film, instead of just adding more jokes to their movies, because that's not exactly the cure all either. I think that's kind of the stereotype of why people like the Marvel movies, and why there was a DC executive, and I can't remember his name, making a big deal out of the fact that how serious their films were. It's like that's not the cure either, and neither is more jokes. So I'm hoping as these films continue, we'll see them kind of brush out the bugs and improve, because all anybody really wants, if you're a comic book fan, is to just enjoy these films, because I think they're going to be good for everybody. Well, we'll see, won't we? I think that's it for now. So that is it for me and the Manos blog, whatever we do. And this is Stardate 4516 and end transmission, Lindsay.